Clash Royale.
Welcome back, guys, to the SSL round of 8. We are in the midst of Dark versus TY, which is a matchup that probably should be a finals at some other, tournament or some other, time here. But Dark really laying on the hurts here, up 2-0, and really just making it look easy, playing really well in this series so far.
All right, well, TY, really the player that you looked at coming into this and was like, okay, well, this is like a 3-2. This is, worthy of a finals. But, man, these games, especially game number 2, just did not look great. TY spent the entire game, macroing and then built 9 Ravens and died. So, maybe a different strategy in line here for game number 3 as we get into it.
Could be. Let's jump into game number 3 now on Dusk Towers. Welcome everybody to Dusk Towers. And up in the top right in the red, the Zerg player up 2 games already. It is Dark.
Lots of big fans out there for Dark, and down in the lower left hand, the Dusk Towers. This is our blue Terran player, TY.
Not sure exactly what that second
Man, these commenters
gotta like to see a lot of Terran versus Zerg long late game matches.
Well, that's definitely what we had in game number 2. Although if you're a Terran fan, you probably would not like to see lots of games like that. If you're a fan of TY, then you guys better be sending him lots of those positive messages, channeling your spirit bombs out there because he needs a little bit of help. Dark has looked on point on his game every single game tonight, and we'll see what the strategy is on Dusk Towers. I think one of the biggest maps in our current map pool next to things like Frost. So it's going to be another one of those long macro games, in theory.
Yeah, it should be, and I think this is really a nice map for TY to come back in the series on. This map is kind of awkward for Zerg to take a 4th base because you either take the one with the high ground that the Terran can easily harass from, or you take the other 4th base. This is very far away from your own 3rd, so the Terran can drop over there, you can drop your main, force you back, and then drop and cancel your 4th. So I'm very curious to see what kind of style Dark is going to play here. Is he going to just play 3 base, maybe try to fast tech up to ultras? He's done it before on other maps. Or is he, going to try to mix it up even more? Or maybe he's just going to find an answer and be able to defend those 4 bases.
Right. I think Wolf calls that the horseshoe, where you have a big wall where you can run your dropship over it into the main, or into the natural, or into the 3rd. It's
you go from backdoor base to the 3rd, to the backdoor, to the 3rd, and the units have to go in a horseshoe-shaped line in order to defend, and it's not super easy, so...
All right, this is where we look for the bonus Zergling. Is TY good enough to take one of those out? Usually not, but always nice to see if his micro's on point. No bonus for you.
He delayed like 0.02 seconds of mining there, so that's a nice bit of damage that he got done.
Worth.
Yes.
So
we got a nice scout too, on like how much gas is being mined. Is he upgrading anything at that spawning pool, stuff like that? And it looks like it's going to be a fast lair here from Dark. Let me actually check if TY saw that as well. Just quickly here. No, he did not. So it looks like Dark went for that right after the Reaper was denied, and he's scouting in the main.
Okay, so won't have that information for now, but what is the build here for TY? Tried that, the Hellbat push in game number 1, didn't work out. Game 2, he tried for just macroing, lots of defensive play. Got that early fast 3rd command center, which was a little bit questionable, but just didn't put any pressure on a Dark. Devil Queen's at the opening, Zergling's at the top, and a nice deny on that scout.
Yeah, it's actually a huge deny. He gets 0 scouting
Whoa,
done.
it's Nidus.
Here we go.
First. Oh, God.
Dark wants to go home.
Hold me, Brendan.
He doesn't want to stay in this series.
No
He's
way.
like, nope, get me out of here.
Get me out of here. He is not playing the long game. And I'm not sure if TY scouted that out, but he is building up a
TY knows, and now he scans it, so he 100% knows.
So this is going to be the Queen Roach all in through the Nidus.
Oh, he cancels it.
Oh, the cancel. Okay.
I mean, it was so obvious, and it was scouted, and TY, I mean, he's making bunkers. He's got Liberators and tanks on the way, so Dark knows that if you went for the build, there's only like a 10% chance that it works out.
Brendan.
You know, it's like a 10%, maybe like 11.5.
Oh my God!
Right?
You got to get those Artosis prediction percentages on there.
But like, so he just knows. He's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna fake it and not go for it instead. I probably have like what, a 37.22% chance to win if I just cancel it and go for my third base lane.
Dark's one of those math nerds. He's like sitting in the back of the class with like his knees up, like all L and stuff, trying to figure out exactly the percentages. It could have been maybe a really convincing fake, like he wasn't necessarily intending to, but I mean that's so fake it's real, right? In the end, he is going to go for more of a macro game. Infestation Pit on the way, as well as more of a traditional switch after changing up from the all-in.
You could see TY was still preparing for it. He was making more tanks and more Liberators, setting that up. Still has the bunker in his main, even filled up, and everything's just there. He's delaying moving out his third base because he's not 100% sure about what the Zerg opponent is doing. So he's kind of scared. So as you were saying, it's so fake it's real or something like that. I don't know exactly what you said, but it's like he's been faked out by this for sure. And Dark is going to get ahead. He's already got a hive on the way. There's 0 pressure right now from the Terran onto Dark, a TY onto Dark. And so Dark's just like, oh, okay, I can just do this. Super easy. Fast tech on 3 bases, like I was saying.
Well, and Dark might have even been able to take even maybe a 4th base after that. You show the all-in, and then TY didn't do a whole lot of job to figure out if it was or was not still incoming. Now he obviously knows, and he is going into major Terran macro mode. This is the barracks explosion happening in the base, but is it going to be enough to stop what has been a completely unharassed Zerg for the 2nd game in a row?
Yeah, I mean, as you were saying, at least he doesn't have the 4th base, as Dark didn't want to take that risk as he's taking up to ultras this fast. You can see he's making the bare minimum of units to defend, and not even really getting a lot of scouting information on the Terran. He's like, I know he's playing passively, so I'm going to go for this, but I'm just going to make some units to make sure I don't die, and at the same time, I want my ultras. Finally, now he is going into a 4th base, and you can see as well, the hive finishes, and immediately an ultraless cavern comes down.
All right, so once again, completely unharassed. This is going to give him a great opportunity. Hit the Ultralisk, chitinous plating, get everything up that he needs to. And, you know, it's a different map, but it's going to be a lot of deja vu from game 2.
Yeah, for sure, we are going to be going into a longer game if this push does not work out here from TY. He scans and he sees the hive, and he's like, uh-oh, I need to attack him right now. I cannot wait anymore. I can't give the Zerg any time to get the Ultralisk out.
Oh, and there's no vision of the high ground there, so you're safe for now, Overlord. But you're right, Brendan, this push is coming in. And probably going to need to clear out at least some of this creep, but pulling back all of his forces out on the map, I don't know if that was really the play. Usually as Zerg, you want to keep your forces kind of spread out so you can come in from behind for those flanks, but Dark pulled everything back, and that does mean that he is going to be in defense mode. He did try to get that 4th.
Oh, the
here we go.
On the
Look
tanks.
at the fungals. Those are so sick. And now even this Bioforce is going to be pushed back. This tank, it cannot be lifted, so it actually will
fungal
just
on the
die.
Medivacs too. They do not get another fungal on those Medivacs, so they do get away, but that was very close to having that entire army cleaned up.
Meanwhile, Liberator was stopping mining at the back natural. It's still good. It's not out of range, man. Nope. And it's going to go down eventually. Now, these low-health Medivacs running right over that Queen are going to be in the danger zone. Yeah, one actually almost dead that's full of bios, so needing to be careful here with these.
Yeah, I mean, it really comes down to the fact that this is getting 0 damage.
Oh,
Look at this again!
huge fungals! All over those bios. Lucky Medivac number 1 does escape.
Nice little bit of damage coming in here, but I don't think he's going to be able to take out that hatchery. Some defensive units coming over here, going to push that back.
Oh, and this is that horseshoe. You can actually just run that medevac right into the back.
Yeah, very annoying for Dark to deal with, but yeah, he's going to go straight for that back door, but I think there's already units there waiting. Oh, no, he's going to go into the natural here, into the third base, going to snipe some of these drones, going to force a pull. Finally getting some damage done in this game.
Oh, this is like the triple horseshoe. You go to the fourth base, then the what was in this game, the second base, now back in the back natural, and okay, Queens are good, actually able to take out one of those medevacs. So some of these troops are not going home. Nice pickup on the tank as the retreat comes in. TY very, very low, but so much harass. I wish those were like destructible rocks that you could break down. But what do I know, Brendan?
Yeah.
I'm not David Kim, who is actually not a map designer, but
maybe
anyway.
in the future, who knows? We'll see.
He just drops off one Marine to be annoying, and now he's going to run right back. But Ultras are out, Brendan. And
where's the Queen at the fourth base to snipe this medevac? Okay, there we go. Going to use a fungal. And finally, this gets shut down.
Man, these fungals this game have been so good. Another drop, this time in the main. This drop harass from TY. Finally, we're starting to see the multitasking that we know TY for. Now, if he snipes this Ultra Cavern, that could actually be huge. But instead, he's going to go for drones here. 15 dead over the course of this harassment.
He's getting a nice bit of damage done. We have double Spire coming down. I assume that's a mistake. Unless he really just wants to upgrade while he's getting a greater
double
Spire. And get double upgrades in the future.
J.R.R. Tolkien named one of his books after that, if I'm not mistaken. But
double Spire?
Yeah, 2 towers.
Oh, there you go. Okay, I got it, Rapid.
I was trying really hard for that one. I was like, I've got to connect with my nerd demographic.
There's a connection, yeah. I just didn't make the connection in my mind.
Brendan's you're gonna get your nerd card revoked, man. You're gonna take that
getting
one
dangerously
away.
Close. Every time I cast with Wolf or Tasis, and they're like, "Have you seen this obscure movie?" I'm like, "No." They're like, "Oh my God, I thought you were one of us."
It's like, what do you do with your free time? Go out? Oh my God.
It's like, no, I played too many games.
All right, well, here comes in a decent Liberator push here. 3 medevacs full of bio, all being dropped, all on in. Gotta be careful there not to run into the Liberation zones. A little bit sloppy there, but a lot of drone kills and more coming up there. Here comes the push on in, trying to deal with those Liberators, but not enough to take down that one in the back. A decent Zerg force, but nice zoning as the push comes up the mid. Will this be enough for TY to be able to deal with that 5th or 4th base?
One sad Ultralist not going to be enough. He needs to seriously deal with this 4th base pressure here. Finally getting some in. A pull actually on the Liberator there.
Nice kiting here from by TY, but I just don't think it's enough to deal with all these Ultras. Trying to get the Liberation Zone down, and finally Dark will be forced to pull back, but great stop there on the push.
Yeah, TY is trying everything at this point to really just put the pressure on, try to kill Dark here, but Dark he's hanging on. Even though he's taken some damage himself, his army composition is just so strong, and TY doesn't really have the necessary units this time around. You can see in game number 2 he was going for Mass Liberators, Ravens, Ghosts specifically. This time he's only going for Liberators, and there's already, Dark just made a swell of 11 Corruptors. He's going to have 14 in total.
Not sure why those drones aren't mining in the back natural. Now, like you said, no Ghosts on the way. He's getting Ghost Personal Cloaking, and there we go. Finally, 4 Ghosts being started up. Now, this is a lot of Corruptors, so everything in the air will die, and I'm not sure why you pull that Liberator like 2 inches to the other side. Oh, he does abduct that empty medevac. A lot of energy just to kill some empty units, but either way, in the end, a nice defense. Still, this is buying time for TY. He needs to get these Ghosts out, and badly, because this game is supposed to go late, but might not if this push is strong enough from Dark.
Yeah, we'll see if Dark does want to push out here, if he wants to max out first. He's making more Infestors. I don't think they have... they do not have the energy upgrade just yet, so just going to make them for now, just like that. And, I mean, Dark's army is just so strong. Yeah, I think he's going to pick a time here to eventually push. You can see he's scouting that 5th base there at the top left. And he's like, okay, do I want to push now? Where do I want to push in? What angle do I want to take? You can see he's also getting Baneling speed, so he wants to try to, go back into Ling Bane here, it seems, a bit. And he's actually remaking a spawning pool too. That might have been sniped in one of those
It
drops.
was sniped in the Liberator drop in the main. So does have to remake that spawning pool. Huge amount of upgrades coming in for the Zerg. He is going to have everything that he needs. This time mixing in lots and lots of great Infestor play. Really like that. Now we get a chance to see how effective... I was actually thinking those were changelings for a while, but I think they are actually Marines that were chopped out trying to go in for those bases. But for now, lots of Widow Mines out. I don't know if that's what you need exactly against Ultra, but just trying to slow down this push from coming in and being so effective. Lots of ghosts up here on the high ground, so trying to be sneaky with those, maybe bait the Ultras in to snipe them.
You know what would be nice if Terran started to nuke up there from the high ground.
Oh my god.
That would be pretty sick. It's really hard to deal with any kind of units over there. But, you know, dealing with a cloaked ghost on the high ground is going to be pretty hard. Here we go. Dark trying to engage here.
Gets the snipe off on one of the Infestors to take it out. That was not the greatest fungal.
Snipe is a good ability, man.
Man, it's so good. Well, okay, so it's worse than it used to be, but it is still actually good.
Yeah.
It used to be just like you click on something and it dies. Isn't that cool?
It'd be instant.
But the counterplay, got to get some more of that in there. Nice snipes coming in, at least onto that lead Ultralisk. That'll go down, but great hits there on the front lines, but great splits in the back. Good yanks there onto the Liberators on top, but these ghosts with the personal cloaking have been unharassed, undealt with. There we go.
Undealt with for sure. Where is the detection here? There we go. Finally, the Overseer coming in, but there's a lot of Widow Mines to help out with that. And you can see these Corruptors kind of just floating awkwardly. They need to run away.
That's like my dance moves, Brendan.
Floating awkwardly?
Yeah, just floating awkwardly, man. Doing the Overlord dance.
Drifting around the dance floor, like just floating through.
Man, Overlords are not meant for dance parties. And
yeah, they don't seem like the most fun, you know, party people for sure.
And party Overlords, party Zerglings.
Zerglings seem fun. They seem like they've maybe had a little bit more than alcohol.
No, those guys are the guys that you never want to see like in like weightlifting competitions because they've got the adrenal glands.
Yeah, probably not fair.
I'm not even sure that they'd be allowed at the Olympics, man.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we have this push coming down still, but TY, I mean, he gave Dark time to rematch. Like, the fight there was good for TY, but he didn't quite have a full army himself, so he remaxed as well, and now he's going for the push. But Dark definitely seems a bit more ready for this push.
Oh, the drone line! Not actually as important as I made it out to be there, but do need to see if this push coming in from the back. Nice personal cloaking in there, but there is an Overseer up on high. Those ghosts got to get out of there. They will be lifted, but the rest of the Terran forces, we're not abiding by the no bio left behind here policy.
Yeah.
The saddest Marines. Actually, those guys live forever.
Yeah. He must have +3 armor at this point. Yeah, he does.
He does.
There is one Swarm host on the way. Just one.
Just one.
May or may not have been a mistake.
The loneliest Swarm host.
I know Rogue did a Swarm host build on this map before, but he made more than one, that's for sure.
That is true. He just needs that. Maybe he's just going to go burrow it and then use it for consistent harass. Not that it's going to be incredibly effective, but just to stress
all
the
that
multitasking.
Consistent either now.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I'm glad we're out of the Swarm host days anyway.
Oh god. Truly the darkest times. Yeah. Heart of the Swarm
Zerg versus
hosts.
Mech. 2.5-hour games between Sulky and Reality.
Oh my god. All right. Well, yeah. Sorry, Widow Mine. That was not the effective hit that you needed.
Yeah, TY here is really struggling to find a angle to really shut down TY here. You can see the rocks were broken down. I think that's just to take the base. I don't think he's going to start upgrading Flying Locusts and sending them over into the main. I could be wrong. Maybe he's going to make more. Maybe it's just because he doesn't want to max out there. But would be pretty cool nonetheless.
So both players maxed out another one of those split map games. TY just got done making, I think, 5 command centers, but all right, I'm still like trying to follow the epic tale of this one Swarm host.
He's just chilling in the main. He's off work.
I'm guessing that was an accident and not intentional.
Yeah,
so
it definitely was.
That feel when you just accidentally hit. Wait, whoa, no, wrong direction. You got to run those guys back away. Some snipes trying to come out there, but just not enough in time. And these corruptors doing work on the medevac.
That one medevac with 4 ghosts in it just got sniped, and now Dark is like, oh, maybe I can engage here. He's going to pull all of these liberators out of their liberation zones, and he's just going to snipe them all. There's not all that much left over here for TY.
Yeah, ghosts only effective when they're using the snipe ability. Otherwise, ultras are pretty happy to just melee them down. And actually no overseers there, so we'll be able to save the ghost with the personal cloaking. Nice drop here down on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7th base. Damn it.
Yeah, you were close.
All that time spent doing math degrees, and I still miscount bases.
Yeah, dude.
Give me my money back. That is not well spent. But
so he did a lot of damage there to the drone lines of those bases. He killed about 23 drones. Dark still has a very scary army, though.
What's that on my supply tab? That is a nuclear missile detected in...
You see him scanning the space. He's like, yeah, Brendan was smart. I should do that.
Yeah, man.
That's a good idea.
They're listening to us up here. We've got a direct feed inside them.
How crazy would that be if they're...
Right, no, TY, go for the nuke build.
They get like both here and stuff. It's
yeah, I'm gonna listen to
those, a new game entirely.
Those silver casters, man. Gotta get those strats in there.
Yeah, I'm not in silver. Speak for yourself.
It was wishful thinking. I'm trying to make myself look better here. I just started playing on the Asian server, so give me a little bit of slack. All right, well, we do have some circling run bys trying to harass these undefended bases. Turns out they are defended, and here we go. Walls being built in the middle of the map. Definitely able to be run over, but we'll see how well entrenched TY can get.
I'm kind of surprised that we haven't seen a Broodlord transition just yet. He does have 2 Spires. Let me take a look at the upgrades. He has only gotten +2 to his air weapons. So he hasn't even gotten the armor. He hasn't used that 2nd Spire. And one of them actually got sniped and he remade it. So either it's a double mistake on the double Spire, or it's... Here we go, look at this, he's actually nuking that base.
He's doing it. The base. Unfortunately, that nuke is too close to the ghost, so it will actually kill the ghost when it finishes. Oh, wait, what? Nope. I was sure he was close enough to that.
I mean, he took damage, but it's not enough to kill him.
Unfortunate there. All right, well, we do have the ghosts using their personal cloaking, trying to get the snipes off on all of these ultras. Actually, decent amounts of damage being done, but still more in the back. Lots and lots of corruptors in the air trying to take out all of these liberators. They are going to get taken out. There's still tons of bio in the back line, and this push will actually be dealt with. Now all of these corruptors actually have to run for the hills. This is actually great for TY as he destroys the ultralisks in the front, and now is able to commit to pressure out on the map.
Yeah, just a great fight there. Good splits in the back against all the banelings. Dark forcing the fight there off of creep. He got a decent engage, but there was just too much stuff. And the setup with all the missile turrets and even the command centers really was just too much for Dark to handle. So.
All right, well, here we go. Push number 2 from Dark all the way up in there. The splits will actually have to be very, very good there. Liberators, not a long lifespan here. Great splits there towards the back. Banelings are effective, but will there be enough to stop this? Wow, that Ultra died way too fast. He's like a second chitinous plating that only works against snipe. That'd be fair, but great defenses here from TY, finally starting to show that late game Terran prowess.
Yeah, I love this. He's pulling SCVs off the line. He wants to sacrifice them to get a bigger army. He can use them to make turrets in the front. He can use them to tank as well for his bio.
Also, counts towards your credit to summoning Cthulhu. Lots of ritual sacrifice out here on Dusk Towers. Just in case you lose the game, you still...
Very true.
You still
I'm glad you pointed that out, actually.
Dark God. TY here to usher in 10,000 years of Terran darkness onto Dusk Towers.
Well, I'm sure Dark would be happy with that, given his name here. Nice snipe on the base, and TY is beginning to run away with this game. Dark having troubles with his production.
Needs to get the Ghost over here to deal with these Ultras. Now, the 3-3 bio is still super scary, but Ultras are still good, and right on time, the Ghosts do come up, and Ultras just aren't the same as they used to be, Brendan.
GG, that's going to be it. TY taking the game. Got on top of Dark. Dark taking one too many unfavorable engagements on that battlefield. So TY, his hopes are kept alive, and maybe we're going to see the epic comeback here. He's done the first step in this first game.
The journey of 1,000 miles, of course, starts with a single step, Brendan.
Very true, very true.
The journey of winning a best of 5, of course, will start with just that first win coming in for TY. And honestly, for today's games, I was expecting them to be a little bit closer. That game looked like game number 2 in reverse.
Well, I mean, it was a bit closer. There were times there where Dark was looking like he was okay. He was taking some good engagements, but I think it was just one too many engagements off creep with not enough banelings, and enough ghosts to deal with the Ultralisk. Also, perhaps he made too many corruptors because TY kind of switched out.